Hey, what's going on, my beautiful people? This is Coach Court here. Today, I want to talk about an email that I got and a message that I got from one of my subscribers on my comment section about a guy that they were seeing that's a dismissive, somebody who's emotionally unavailable, and he pulled away. And they're just getting frustrated. The comment is a little bit more vengeful and a little bit more uh, has a tone of frustration, and I just wanted to make sure that I address that and understand, let you guys know that I understand your frustration and I understand that when you seem like you're making some type of progress with a person and all of a sudden they pull back, it can get very frustrating. But you got to keep your center and understand that people are going to do what they want to do, and if they're not at that point in their journey where they want to take more steps forward and they don't want to reach out to you as much as you reach out to them, then you just got to pull back. Less is more in that situation. Pull back, get yourself right mentally, recenter yourself, and understand that, um, you know, the only thing we have control over in this life is ourselves. And sometimes, let's just be honest, a lot of people don't have control over that. You know, some people don't even have control over how they respond to people. And they kind of use it as an excuse to act in a toxic and a vengeful way. But before I get into all of that, if you guys have signed up for my membership program, the Harvest Level, be sure to reach out to me, email me at Courtney at Fruitful Seeds. I'll put that in there because there are people who are signed up for my Harvest Level and they haven't reached out for their 20-minute session this month. So I just want to make sure that you guys remember that you do have a one-on-one session with me, and I want to make sure that I honor that and you get that because sometimes we don't know. So Courtney at Fruitful Seeds, I pinned that in the comments section. Lenise, hey, happy Monday. I pinned that for you guys. So um, I'm going to answer this first one. It's good to see everybody. It's kind of a nasty day here in Old Wisco. It's cold, it's windy, but I'm blessed. Life is good right now. And honestly, I don't care what the conditions is in your life, what the circumstances is. Realize that your life is always good. It's whatever you make it. How you view things is um, how your reality will be. You create it essentially. Snowing, eek, down in Chicago. Yeah, it's about to snow here apparently. So, um, and actually wrote that in a quote today. You may not be able to change the outcome, but you can change how you view it. Right. So no matter where it is, where you're at, let go of the need for a certain outcome, and you'll be much happier in life, happier on your journey. So the first here, hi coach. So had dated a DA in the past for a few months who ghosted me and came back after 17 years and ghosted me again after a few months. No contact now for more than 2 months. I mean, what the? I have heard he is seeing this girl once a week for years now. Is that what I need to be also to last with the DA for years? No, you're teaching this person how to treat you because this person could be a dismissive, somebody that's avoidant or emotionally unavailable. But what it's looking like to me from this very short paragraph is they are monkey branching you, right? And monkey branching can go on for years. If you let somebody come in and out of your life on their terms when they feel like it, they're just going to keep doing it until you um, realize your worth, until you set the type of line in the sand that they're not able to just cross and easily come back over. And then you draw the line in the sand. They're going to continue to do this off and on. Lenise, hello. Daffy Duck, what's up? Be safe down there. So, yeah, I wanted to address that one first because I felt like it was important. It really bums me out because it gives people who are love avoidance, people who experience some type of extreme trauma as kids, it gives them a bad rap when you go down this rabbit hole in this channel, and that's actually the next comment I'm going to address here. You go down the rabbit hole in attachment styles and all of the different psychologicals and um, the DSM models book, that all the different type of personalities people can have. And if you don't get that thing sorted out correctly, or if you don't diagnose it, which a lot of people are trying to self-diagnose, then it's going to give a dismissive, somebody who's an avoidant, a bad rep. When it can essentially just be somebody who's a narcissist or somebody who is just trying to get over on you or realize that you're just easy prey, and they can just come in and out. All right, I need a little bit of ego boost here for a little while. I'm going to mess around with this person and then disappear again. So you can't demonize them for something that you really have no clue on, if that makes sense. If they haven't went to a therapist themselves or a counselor themselves, and the counselor diagnosed them as being somebody who was for sure an avoidant, then you can't really fault them and get upset with them over the way that they're showing up, because you have no clue essentially that that's actually what they are. What up? What up? E Money. Hi, coach. How do I deal with the covert narcissist that gets her friends to harass me? Block on everything. Blocker. That's the only way to get rid of a narcissist. All right, on to the next one. Block them. Get rid of them. Don't allow them unlimited access to your life, because when you do, for some reason they get kind of a rise out of it. They feel like, oh man, I get to just I like getting a rise out of this person. And people who are actually narcissists, real narcissists, totally like by the book narcissists, they don't feel a whole lot of empathy, if they feel any empathy at all. And then they're just gonna make your life a living, you know what? Like if you're co-parenting with somebody that's a narcissist, like they don't want to see you happy. They'll have their friends. They'll tell stories about you. They'll um, completely blow your whole world up just to see you miserable. Hey, if you're in here, thanks for coming in. I know it's Monday. Thumbs up the feed. Let me know that you appreciate me. If you want to sign up for the membership program, I cut it in half. It's $25 a month, and you get 20 minutes with me one-on-one. Also, you participate in the group coaching sessions every week, or twice a week to a month. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm trying to tweak it to where it works out best for everybody. Second message. Also, yeah, if you have signed up, if you're just coming in, if you signed up for my membership program and you did the harvest level, make sure you email me. I pinned that right here in the comment section, so that I know you need to get your session for the month fulfilled. So do that. I cut it in half. The membership is, I think I did the math at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning in my head actually, and I said, if you signed up for this program, you probably are getting like 60 to 70% off the half-hour session. That if you go straight to my website and you book a session there, it's about $65. But the monthly membership program is $25 a month, and you get 20 minutes with me one-on-one. So I felt like that was like a really good deal, especially during this time. What's up, Nandy? All right, this is the question I've been asking. This is another comment. This is the question I've been asking as I watch these videos, and I have no idea how YouTube sucked me into this rabbit hole. Maybe because I'm a fearful avoidant who leans more dismissive heavily myself, but I can't imagine wanting to be with someone who has let you know time again that they will only tolerate your presence if absolutely everything is on their terms all the time. And how is teaching people to accept less and give it into more petulant crybabies tantrums going to inspire said crybabies to ever learn to show concern for other people's needs? Huh. So I don't think I ever taught that. I don't think I ever taught people to give into a person's needs, or um, you know, let me reread this. Teaching people to accept less. I don't think I've ever taught a person to accept less. If I did, that wasn't my intent. What I'm trying to teach you guys is balance. And if you're needing too much, then that's another thing I'm teaching you, is to learn how to fulfill your needs yourself. Learn self-reliance. Learn how to um, pull yourself back and actually act more dismissive like they are. That's the one thing that you have to give them credit for. They're able to be self-reliant. And on the opposite side, they're not able to be self-reliant. And that's if anything, that's what I'm trying to teach you guys. I'm trying to teach you guys balance. I'm not trying to teach you to um, really bury your needs, because when I'm on my one-on-one coaching calls, that's the number one thing I say. If you feel like your needs aren't being met, and if you feel like this person isn't willing to meet you in the middle, then I think it's time for you to find somebody else and pull back. Only accept as much as you can. Like the quote I said, or quote I wrote, um, love is about being vulnerable enough to make a fool out of yourself, but being wise enough to know when to stop fooling around. I never said bury your needs and completely neglect yourself, because I know how dangerous of a game that is. 2, 3 years down the line, you're resentful and you're ended up um, in fist fights or uh, loud verbal uh, confrontations because you weren't able to state your needs and you built up this type of resentment for that person. So that no, that's not what I'm saying. If I okay, this is the second part too. If I deactivate with someone, I meant it. And this is the person that's saying that she's fearful, or he or she is fearful, leaning more towards dismissive. If I deactivate with someone, I meant it. I meant not even knowing why, but I meant it. If then they try to come back, I have a hard time respecting them, and I'm definitely not going to treat them better. I'm 100% going to give even less. I'm not bragging. I actually truly hate it. I just know what it's like inside my head, and I can't imagine anyone with any self-respect subjecting themselves to that. Leave these dismissives alone. They will not care about you. Okay, so if you read, if it's on my channel. If you read this comment, like it's kind of all over the place. It does look like somebody that's very emotional, somebody that's feeling uh, like the pain of the breakup, somebody that must be going through something themselves. And I tell people all the time, what a person says and what a person does to you has a direct reflection on how they're feeling inside. It has nothing to do with you. So whoever you are that's commenting, I pray that you heal. I'm sending you prayers for healing and calmness, and just trying to ease your mind a little bit, because I understand. I've been there. I've been wanting to fight the world because I couldn't get what I wanted, but it's not a healthy place to be, and it's also not a healthy thing to do. Because the more whatever you put off into the universe, you're going to get in return. It always happens. It can't happen any other way. If you plant tomato seeds, you're going to get tomato plants. If you plant hate, um, prejudice, anxiety into the universe, you're going to get all that back in return, if not more. I think in the Bible, Jesus said, "You'll get whatever you plant tenfold." So I hope that you heal, and I hope that you're able to show. And this is just exactly what this channel is for: show love, empathy, compassion, and respect for each and everybody, because people are going to do what they want to do. And if they want to move on, if they want to pull away and sort out their feelings, because usually that's what it is, they're sorting out their feelings, they're trying to figure out what's going on inside of them, then let them do that. Give them their time. DAs seem to only participate on their terms. Yeah. And honestly, you're participating on your terms. If I'm being honest, we both participate on our terms. It's just that a person who is anxious and a person who uh, feels like they have a low self worth and like they won't find anybody else, they pretty much have no line in the sand. And that's just what you should be learning: how to draw the line in the sand, to negotiate for yourself. And people are going to give you the least amount of effort if you allow them to give you the least amount of effort. You just have to be willing to walk away. If it's not what you want, if it's not what you need. And if you think about it, one thing I learned from coaching all these people is that usually the person who can't let the person go, and this isn't always all the time, this is just kind of like in general from what I've learned. Um, they have some sense of they have some insecurities and some sense of low self-worth. It's like they get out of these really toxic behaviors, really toxic relationships with toxic behaviors, and then they meet that next person who seems safe, and doesn't seem like they're going to be too needy. And when that person ends up leaving them, um, It's like you get out of one car that was breaking down, and then you go to the very next car, and the dealership is telling you, look, this car only has three wheels, it doesn't have seat belts, and the headlights don't work. It's malfunctioned. The person's gonna be like, all right, cool. Well, the last car, it only had two wheels and it didn't have any headlights at all, and the seat belts only worked 50% of the time anyway. So I'm just gonna hop in this next car, and this because this seems like like such a better situation than the last situation that I was in. And they didn't take the time to like become centered themselves, to become healthy themselves, to heal their style. They didn't take any time for themselves to really shop around and figure out what they really wanted out of a car. I don't know if that was a good or bad analogy, but um, you settle for less when you come from something that was already toxic, and it's like, all right. So if you're in solitary confinement and somebody was giving you, let's say, solitary confinement, it's like a really unhealthy relationship, and you were getting uh, Ritz crackers slid under the door every single day. The instant that you get out and you uh, get like a little slice of bread, you're gonna be like, wow, this slice of bread is amazing. I can't believe they got slices of bread like this. And then you start to see other relationships. You start to see other people getting whole loaves. You're like, wow, they got a whole loaf. Okay, I'm good. I was cool with the Ritz. I thought this is what life was. But then I went to the next situation and they got one slice of bread, and I felt like that was great. But now I'm feeling resentful because I'm just only getting these little slices of bread, and I think I'm worth the whole loaf. But then there are the people who stay there with that slice of bread, and they say, I don't think I'm worth a whole loaf of bread. So hopefully that analogy was a little bit better. Shooting off the cover, shooting from the hip. All right, happy Monday. I hope those helped you guys out. Lisa Sims, good to meet you. Hi. If you guys are interested in a coaching session, let me know. www.fruitfulseeds with the Z at the end.com. Or you can email me. If you guys are signed up for my harvest level and you already have a coaching session that I owe you, email me. I pin that in the comment section. And I appreciate all you guys. I hope your weekend was good. I hope your situations are getting better for whatever it is. And always remember, you know, um, you may not be able to control the ending, but you can control how you view the ending. Find the beauty in the endings, because once one door closes, so many other doors open up. And then when you're just, if you're blind in your love addiction and you're seeing that you can't see past that person, you can't see all the people who are making advances for you, you can't see all the much healthier um, people out there for you, potential mates, partners, spouses. I work all over the world, so a lot of people, everybody refer to it differently. So if you can't turn off those blinders and see everything, see this 3D world instead of being stuck in that 2D addiction, then you're going to struggle. But the instant that you realize that there's an abundance of people out there, get out of that scarcity mindset. There's no one job, no one person, no one anything. There's plenty of opportunities, plenty of people out there. It's going to take time. I don't know where you're at in your journey, but you come back and listen to this 6 months from now, and you may be sending me some type of donation because I'm telling the truth. But all right, see you guys later. Love you guys. Namaste. Have a good week. I'll see you tomorrow.